Hey guys, Useless here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. It's a show where Boba Fett has big boobies, big ol' boobies. No, it's the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Uh, I thought it was fine. Like that's generally just my feelings on it. I'm like, yeah, I guess it sure is a Boba Fett show, and I guess like my main problem with it was that I I I feel like the show it kind of like set up the premise of it, but then it didn't get started. And at least like in the modern day. And by the way, I'm just going to be spoiling it cuz it's on Disney Plus. If you want to watch the Boba Fett show, you've probably already watched it. And but yeah, so I guess my main problem with it was that it kind of sets the premise of Boba Fett taking over Tatooine or whatever, being the new mob guy, the new Jabba the Hutt, and it sets up that premise, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, I'm into it, let's see where this goes. And then it just like goes back to a flashback of Boba Fett like escaping the Sarlacc pit, and it feels like most of this episode is where he's been captured by the Tusken Raiders and he's kind of like trying to get out of that. And that stuff, it's not even that it was terrible, but it's like you set up an interesting premise with Boba Fett, um, like being a mobster. Like that's interesting. I want to see where that goes. Like okay, and but then they spend too much time with the Tusken Raiders, and when it comes to that, it's like okay, he got out of the Sarlacc pit. I'm not like I don't necessarily need to know exactly like everything that happens after that. And maybe that storyline is gonna have implications for the present day, and I mean I'm sure it will, but as of right now, I'm not very interested in it. Like I'm much more interested in what's going on in the modern day. And so yeah, that I think that's my main problem so far. Because none of it is like terrible or anything. It's like I watched it and I was like, this is fine, I guess. But yeah, it just it felt like it started and then the show just never progressed past where it started of the setup of what the show is. So yeah, hopefully they wrap up the flashback storyline soon and just focus on the modern day the next episode. But yeah, I mean other than that, yeah, I mean it's fine. Like I still enjoy Tamora Morrison in this role. I will say though, like the action in this wasn't nearly as good as that one episode of The Mandalorian. Like I loved the action that like it really felt like oh yeah, Robert Rodriguez is directing this episode and it's brutal. It's like it's very like hyper. Like the camera work is like really crazy and it's really just really cool. And I got none of that in this episode. I'm like what? Like there are a couple action scenes, but I'm like where's that? Where's the action from that episode of The Mandalorian? Like I that was super disappointing to me. And I mean other than it not being in that style, it was just kind of like okay. I mean there's some cool stuff with like Ming Na Wen's character where she's like chasing the guys and I was like okay, I guess that's kind of cool. It's kind of well choreographed, but overall like the action was super disappointing. And and yeah, just overall, I'm like, okay, this is the setup of a show. I'm interested in the setup. I just want to see where they take it. So yeah, let me know what you thought. Honestly, I don't really have much else to say about it because not much else happened. Like I don't even really know what to say. So this is definitely gonna be a shorter review, but it is what it is. Let me know what you thought of the show in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode of this thing that I'm reviewing, I guess. Bye.